here's a reason why somebody might not scoop up Lamar Jackson. And, one of the reasons why Lamar hasn't had many people to scoop him is that the Ravens can just match whatever he gets anyway. They're not going to just let him walk, unless it's such an untenable contract. And thanks for the call, Gene, and for hanging on. I mean, that's the whole point of it for so many observers, and whether somebody is going to go through the work, put out an offer sheet for Lamar Jackson, and then suddenly lose him at the last second when the Ravens just say, well, just thank you, because we couldn't figure that out with him all this time. You did for us, and now sold. Because in the same way that everybody's saying, well, the Jets have to get Aaron Rodgers. And my pushback is, yeah, they do. The Packers have to get rid of him too, because they've got somebody sitting right there. And the Jets have to get Aaron Rodgers because they're not willing, and understandably so, to go into the season to see if Zach Wilson can rebound and have it against the Bills twice a year, and an improved Dolphins team twice a year, and the Patriots, who have their number, twice a year, and they also take on the AFC West. You're going to see if Zach Wilson can beat Mahomes, and then maybe beat Herbert, and then maybe beat Russell Wilson, beat Jimmy G, and they take on the Eagles. You want to see if Zach Wilson can take on Jalen Hurts? Fill in the blank. Aaron Rodgers now fills that blank. They're in a much better spot. The Ravens, if it's going to have to be an unbelievably exorbitant offer sheet that they don't match. Because if they don't, I guess what? They go into the season with Tyler Huntley. And he almost beat the Bengals in a playoff game. So I think the Ravens are not going to let Lamar go. And in the meantime, all the stuff with Lamar is just, as it just stays in the mix and stays unresolved. Did you see over the weekend that I guess Lamar was at a club?
Oh, geez.
And he's at a club and somebody's got, their phone going, and they're like, look who's here. And it's Lamar. And he's smiling and he's having a good time. And he says, you coming back? And Lamar said something along the lines of, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what he said.
And Lamar then had to put on his Instagram account, I couldn't hear a word that the guy was saying.
That's what it looked like. I was trying to watch it, and Lamar was just like, yeah.
That's awesome.
Which is true. Like,
that's hilarious.
by the way, makes me feel great as a 53-year-old where I'm like, huh? In
That's
restaurants.
exactly what it looked like, too.
And he's like, I couldn't hear a word he was saying.
That sounds kind of crazy.
So everybody's just like, oh, my God. Lamar's response was, he's coming back. And he's just like, I couldn't hear a word the guy was saying.
That's great. Well done.
So we're in crazy town.
Did I also see Lamar is
waiting.
going to post like an interview or a tell-all with himself on his own YouTube channel?
Okay.
Coming up.
Good.
He's going to kind of, quote, break his silence.
What's his silence?
Well, we haven't really heard from him outside.
Yeah, we have.
Outside of a couple tweets.
He basically said that, he was a good enough agent for himself to get 3 over 133, and the $200 million that supposedly he turned down is not true.
But we also did a whole segment like trying to guess what the context of those were.
Exactly. So,
Maybe he'll explain. I don't know.
Yeah. He says he's an exclusive interview with himself on Lamar Jackson Entertainment. Good for him on his YouTube page. So, yeah. He basically said, anybody who took his response to, to this guy saying, are you coming back? I think I'm paraphrasing the exact exchange in this club, but I personally think that the Colts should sign him an offer sheet, make it incredibly exorbitant, and either stick the Ravens with the bill or get Lamar Jackson as their quarterback.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I'm the Colts. And then you heard today, again, Field Yates saying the Patriots and the Titans are teams you shouldn't overlook.
Yeah, Rob Ninkovich, also, former Pat Super Bowl winner, obviously said that, New England should get in on this, and because it would change the landscape of the AFC.
I don't know if I'm going to go like I'll eat a hat if the Patriots do this.
I mean, eat something.
I honestly don't know what I honestly don't know what it would be.
I would be
that the Patriots would flip their next 2 first-round picks and pay more money to Lamar Jackson than they ever gave to Tom Brady. That's not a hometown discount that would require.
Absolutely
Because if Lamar gives the Patriots a hometown discount, guess what? Ravens match that in 2 seconds.
Right. Also, it's one of those things, just let's consider this maybe as plausible, right? Wait till after the draft and there's still no deal, nothing's really happened. Use your pick at 14. Then you kind of do what everyone said, oh, well, Miami could get on this after the draft. You got to figure if you get Lamar Jackson, you build around him, your first-round picks are going to be, 25 or lower? Then who cares? What's two picks in the high 20s if this drags on past the draft?
That's a different story if it drags on past the draft. And if I'm Lamar, I'd drag it on past the draft. I'd do that.
Well, he's already done it for 2 years, so what's a couple more months?
I get it. And plus, all he's doing is hanging out at a club and being asked if he's coming back. And he says, this is what he said. It's happening. And I think what he's saying, it's happening like somebody
hey, man, it's happening.
big cap. Big hat. Has he got on?
Big hat.
Big hat. Big hat. You love that.
That was amazing.
So he says it's happening, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's happening! He's coming back!" And he's just like, "I couldn't hear
don't know what he
anything."
said. Yeah.
For what?
Or what?
So catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.